What was the post? No, but where he was, why he was put there? Isn't he fugitive law? He shouldn't go and see the courts, the course of law. Anyways, tell me about the scam of Sasti Roti. What about that? What about the outstanding? Excuse me. Let me finish. Please let me finish. If you have any answer, if he is removed, why was he there? Number one question. Number two, what do you have any answers for the Sasti Roti scam? The the ex-prime minister goes to Kashmir and talks about the yellow cab scheme. 15 years after the yellow scheme was 15 years earlier. Don't they have any other good policy except for yellow cabs? Number
Green
3,
tractors, I thought was the new one.
no, you see, and 14 departments are without ministers. If you have a department there and you think all the 14 ministries are with the CM, you see, I don't blame anyone, but I want that progress in a better way should move ahead. Pakistan People's Party's coalition government, we are in the government, we are trying our best, but we will not allow power politics on this power crisis. Yes, of course, we have this power management plan, power management plan also.
Share it with us.
And yes, I have. I tell you, the Prime Minister has made a committee, and all the members from their party are also in that. And inshallah, I tell you that we'll come over it.
I've given you a free rein to make your remarks. I will let Mr. Khurram Dastagir respond.
Just listen to me. When Mohtarama Benazir Bhutto Shahid Sahiba came in 1994, please take out her speeches. She used to say that please let me complete all these power policies, these independent power plants, and if we have excess power, we can sell it. But that time also, Quatrina, it was stopped by Muslim League Nawaz, which was not right. One thing we should do is, as political parties, as political stakeholders, is this: we should join together, make a committee.
How has that helped in the past?
No, you see, if not in past, let us sit together in all important matters. The policies made now should not stop. If some other government come, the important policies, they should continue.
Your power
and
policies,
this is what Janab Asif Ali Zardari Sahab say, and this is what Honorable
What did you do to, I'm sorry, it's coming time for a break, but briefly you can respond to this. What has your government done to reinitiate Benazir Bhutto's power policies? In 3.5 years, the IPPs haven't been paid, the circular debt has gone up. What did you do to follow her policy?
Quatrina, do you think the circular debt, where did this circular debt started? How did we manage it? Chashma
in
project
3.5 years ago, it was Chashma 50 billion rupees, 50.
Chashma project number 3 and number 4, it started in this time. And the 3000 megawatt electricity which was put into the system was done in this time.
And I can give you the list. At 50 billion rupees when your government took charge, and it's now over 300 billion rupees in 3.5 years.
Quatrina, let me answer you one thing, that we have done our level best, but we have to do more. For what? For electricity management. Do you think the government is having the electricity and it's not giving it to a nation? It's not possible. We have to go in front of the nation after 5 years. You see, if you want to, other parties want to blame, they should have some maturity in their blames also.
Okay, we're going to take a short commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to ask Mr. Khurram Dastagir why his party is being immature. This and more after a short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Witness. And before the break, Ms. Raja again said the PML is being immature. You're being accused of being immature. The real question, of course, is, and I said I had a personal observation as well on your party's policies in Punjab. And part of the issue is that, yes, I hear that Mr. Shehbaz Sharif is very good about making sure that there are no political appointments, and you said that as well. But where's the institution building? And I agree with Ms. Raja on that respect, that if so many portfolios are going to be vested in the persona of one individual, that does not an institution making capacity build. Shehbaz Sharif will not be there forever. So this is kind of almost Mughal attitude that, I'm the emperor, I will do everything. How does that work in a democracy?
Well, Mr. Raja is perfectly entitled to her opinion. Of course, you are also of management techniques of Mr. Sharif. But the fact is that he is running the province with a very small cabinet, which was not true for most of the tenure of the current federal government, where the very huge triple-figure federal cabinet, of course, of which Ms. Raja too has been a member. The issue is that she brought about the issue of Sasti Roti. Now, it is a travesty to say that Sasti Roti was a scam. Sasti Roti was aimed at the poorest of the poor and to provide them with one of the fundamental needs of citizen, which is a cheap source of bread. Now, let me finish. The issue is, yes, you can argue that the quantum of subsidy on that roti was too high, which of course caused problems for us, and of course it was drained on the treasury. But the fact is that
is the Punjab government now broke? That's what we keep hearing.
No, the Punjab government is absolutely not broke, and I can say it with complete responsibility that Punjab government since December 2010 is completely in the black within its resources and spending the same resources very responsibly each month.
Is the Punjab government borrowing from commercial banks?
No, the Punjab government does not borrow from commercial banks.
They don't.
Again, a responsible statement. What it does is, every month, at the beginning of the month, there is certain borrowing from the state bank and the federal government, and in the middle of the month, when the federal government finally gives out the Punjab's share of annual revenues and its share in other resources, then that debt is wiped out. So every month we are in clear.
So you have no debt? Punjab government has no debt?
No, Punjab government has debt.
Yes, tell us about
its liabilities are to the state bank.
To the state bank. What quantum of, what kind of figure are we talking about?
We are talking about, I think the last figure that came out was 14 billion.
14 billion, 14 billion rupees is your
And
total
again,
liability to the State Bank of Pakistan.
But I'll clarify. This is again a measure of how monthly revenues are distributed from the center to the provinces. Punjab government at the end of last fiscal year was 23 billion in excess.
Okay.
On 30th of June 2011 was in the black. So the other issue that I think the issue that she raised was that she said that rental power plants, should you point out. Now, what kind of cure is it?
She talked about IPPs. She said IPPs was the right way to go. Why did your party shut down the IPPs?
Yes, I will answer if she wants to bring it out, because I do respect the memory of the great Mohtarama Benazir Bhutto. But that 1994 IPB policy has been a catastrophe for Pakistan.
Why?
Why? Because at the time when it was instituted, Pakistan's balance of, and it's very crucial for, I think, for your viewers to understand that what are the roots of the current energy crisis. At the time in 1994, Pakistan's energy mix, the amount of electricity it was producing from hydel, which is of course very, very cheap, compared to thermal, was 60-40. So we were producing most of our energy in hydel, which was cheaper, and only 40% was, in fact less than 40%, if I'm around 36-37% was thermal. What that policy did was reverse that balance disastrously from a majority hydel to majority thermal.
Not like that.
Let me finish.
Let him finish and I'll give you full time. That's why I've only got two of you, so we can talk in depth.
Now, what has happened is, because that balance has shifted, the majority balance in energy has shifted from hydel to thermal. In fact, it's now nearly 70-30, 70 thermal and 30 hydel. What it has done is, that shifting of balance has created the circular debt issue.
Circular, but I mean,
circular debt.
Okay.
Which is again, if you allow me to finish, is the current figure, the correct figure is in excess of 600 billion rupees. I'll repeat, in August 2009, the government parked 301 billion rupees in a separate debt instrument, which is now whose interest is coming out of the annual budget. And since then, it has again reached 300 billion rupees, which of course they paid 11 billion. Compare the 11 billion the Prime Minister paid last week, which produced out of nowhere 7,000 megawatts. I think it should be considered that 7,000 megawatts is always there, but 11 billion produces that 7,000 megawatts. every month they are paying 770 million rupees to that power plant in Karachi, which is producing only 22 megawatts. The annual figure comes to 9.24 billion. Now that figure, that 9.5 billion rupees.
Which Karachi plant are you talking about? I'm missing
the ship that is standing.
Oh, the Turkish ship that's standing offshore.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if the government was prioritizing its resources right, instead of paying that 9.24 billion rupees to that power plant, which is producing really nothing, it could have paid the same money regularly to the IPPs.
This is, Ms. Raja, a policy that I don't understand. You know,
let me answer the first question. Okay. In 1994, my friend must be a very financial expert. I am not a financial expert, but let me tell you in very plain and very simple words. We have to see as leaders 10 to 20 years ahead. Mohtharama Benazir Bhutto Shaheed Sahiba was the real leader. She was seeing what will happen after 20 years. Now see, we are sitting and we are living in dark because that policies were not fulfilled.
IPP
because you see, now see the electricity now we are using the IPP's electricity. Now what was happening there? At that time,
the argument that
we are not incapable. Let me tell you one thing. The present government, the Pakistan People's Party coalition government, is a capable government. In these circumstances, in this, you see...
how? Okay, you say you're a capable government. Please just answer a simple question for me.
Yes.
The reports are that your government...
I have to answer one more question. My honorable colleague has said that they don't have any debts. They are borrowing a huge amount from federal government. They have to pay their, province has to pay their electricity bill, which is more than 5 billion.
Cut off the power.
You see, yes. That is good. I think we should work on that now.
Because the reason I don't say that flippantly, I know that a cabinet today has decided that anybody
I don't want to blame
Let me finish now, please. 45 days in arrears and your power gets cut off. No, that's a decision of the cabinet.
She calls them blame. I'll give her figures. Again, once again.
Giving figures doesn't mean that you are right. Giving figures doesn't mean that 14 departments, one man is holding. Giving figures doesn't mean
I'll give you figures. No,
you have a fair...
Ms. Raja, speaking louder will not help.
No, speaking louder because I am loud.
I can speak louder. If you
okay, just a minute, hang on.
Let me finish. Okay. The thing is very important. In their own economic survey, June 2008, published with the signature of Mr. Naveed Qamar, the installed generating capacity of Pakistan was 19,566 megawatts. On October 1st and 2nd, 2011, that capacity was 9,300 megawatts. That is why we saw massive electricity cut down across the country.
10,000 drop.
So 10,000, this drop in 10,000, despite the fact that they claim that they have added 3,000 to 4,000 megawatts, what is going on? Okay. It is simply mismanagement and bad administration.
Excuse me, have you taken that electricity home? What did we do with that electricity? Why can't you understand?
Where is it?
Where is it? Tell us.
Okay, Ms. Raja.
If you know all the answers, answer me this also.
Ms. Raja, what we do know...
You are mismanaging Pakistan's economy disastrously and have plunged this country into darkness.
Can I now talk?
Okay, can I ask you a question first? A question first.
Do they have any shadow policy? Can they are always blaming. Till date, they don't have any shadow policy on energy. They don't have any shadow policy on law and order, economy.
Ms. Raja, this is not my job, but I will just quickly remind you that they sat with your government for 45 days to resolve these issues and nothing happened. So let's leave that aside. Let's not get into that.
Did they give any policy? No, they did not. No.
They gave 10-point agenda.
They were only points. They were not any policies to do this.
They sat with you. Your government, Abdullah P. Sheikh, Naveed Qamar, I still remember they were there.
One of their member today in a program, he was telling us, give us the power and then we'll do it. You see?
No, I'll give you, if she will allow me. You see, a very crucial thing when it comes to energy is third coal. Now what is going on? If we can discuss third coal for a minute.
Okay, just everybody back up here. We're not getting anywhere. A specific question, Ms. Raja. When your government took charge, the circular debt stood at 50 billion rupees.
Yes, it is. Right? Maybe, you see, you are talking about
March 2008. Yes.
Then why it is increased? He must tell. Then why? What did it do?
Can I ask a question, please? You had a debt of 50 billion rupees then.